Time for Talk at the Table. First story, you've probably seen something about it, capturing attention nationwide. A nurse at a retirement home allowed an 87-year-old woman to die right in front of her because she said that performing CPR was against company policy. The nurse can be heard in this tape recording of the 911 call arguing with the dispatcher.
We need to get CPR started. That's not enough. Okay?
Yeah, we can't do CPR.
If you can't do it, I need to hand it to the passerby. I'll have her do it. Or if you've got any citizens there, I'll have them do it.
No.
This woman's not breathing enough. She's going to die if we don't get this started. Do you understand?
I understand.
Okay.
I am a nurse, but I cannot have our other senior citizens who don't know CPR.
I will instruct them in
We're in a dining room.
Okay. I don't understand why you're not willing to help this patient. You're going to let this lady die?
Well, that's why we're calling 911.
We can't wait. She can't wait right now. She is stopping breathing.
He's saying we don't, so you can talk to my boss.
Yeah. But if there's any, as a human being, I don't, is there anybody that's willing to help this lady and not let her die?
Nearly 7 tense minutes of arguing, paramedics finally arrived to take Lorraine Bayless to the hospital, but it was too late. She died that day. And while it may be shocking, Glenwood Gardens apparently did everything it was legally obligated to do in the case of an emergency. Local police department said its investigation so far had not revealed criminal wrongdoing, but a probe is underway and is continuing. My first thought was remarkable that the dispatcher kept as calm as she did. To hear like, no, I can't help her, is just incredible. Should there be a penalty either against this nurse or against this nursing home?
A penalty?
Yeah.
The nurse should have been let out in handcuffs.
For what? And violating what law?
Possibly manslaughter. I don't care what you charge her with. Charge her with something. The company executive that came up with this policy should also be criminally charged. And isn't there, you're the Harvard lawyer, isn't there an oath that a nurse takes as well?
She called 911.
No. An oath about protecting life.
You know, I hate to defend that sort of inhuman behavior. You want to criminalize that kind of conduct?
You don't see anything wrong with
I think it's awful. I see everything wrong with it.
But
then answer my question. You want to criminalize it?
See, this is what's wrong with the American way right now. So this phony of a nurse collects her salary every 2 weeks, and she's a nurse. She's working in a damn senior citizen home where people they're old, they need CPR, and it's okay to not help the lady?
It's not okay, but is it criminal?
Of course it is.
Well, that's a set of laws that may not be American.
And if you have an aggressive DA, I guarantee you that DA can find something on the books to charge this nurse with.
Jeannie?
Well, I am just shocked that they would be allowed, a company would be allowed to run, setting aside the nurse herself, she's following company policy. How is it that you can run a nursing home and yet you say that you will not administer CPR? I mean, I don't understand that being allowed. I don't understand health officials allowing that to go on. If you're running a nursing home, you have to be able to give CPR.
My first thought was that they're going to lose their license, or they should lose their license, but I'm not even sure if that's something.
But I don't think they will now. If they were allowed to get it with that policy in place, how could they then lose it?
If you're looking backwards, you can't. You're right. Yeah. As to whether it ought to be a function of a license, that's a reasonable discussion to have. He wants to shoot the nurse, and I'm not so sure I agree with that.
All I say is if it was any one of our mothers.
It's awful. It's terrible. It's shocking. It's unacceptable. But is it criminal?
Of course it's criminal.
We're going to take a quick break. Our snapshot of the day is next when we return. Stay with us.